what's going on. Testing. Let's see. Let's get on YouTube Live and see what's going on. Everybody, this is going to be round 2 of the SHOT Show review. And we're going to give away that pistol. Might even give away a few other things. I still have a couple more optics here. So we're going to see how that goes. Going to get that ironed out. So I'm going to let some people kind of file in. I'm going to spark up the Instagram here to get some quick hit stuff, see if anybody wants to chime in. Let's see. Hopefully everybody's good. Everybody had a great couple days digging out of the SHOT Show flu. Let's see. All right, let me pull that in. So, a few things on the SHOT Show review, but first I want to thank sponsors, and I want to thank everybody, everybody who had an opportunity to not make it to SHOT Show and saw the first review. We covered a whole range of topics. I had BB from Grey Ghost on. I had Amanda Rose on. I had a bunch of other folks on. So I promised everybody I would give away a Taurus revolver. Maybe we'll give away a second gun, and maybe we'll give away some more of these optics. We're going to give away a bunch of stuff. I got a pad of paper, a list a mile long. I'm going to go through all this stuff, finish the SHOT Show review. I had Ray Cashcare on. It was a really good episode. We got into a bunch of things, and then Suresh got on from 221B Tactical the other day, and that was a little, we got off topic, and I didn't get a chance to give away the gun, so I'm going to get to all that. So it's up to everybody on IG. So here's the name of the game. Head over to iTunes. I'll type it up, and make sure you leave a 5-star review. So that's where I'm picking the winner from. Head over to iTunes, head over to YouTube and leave a review, and I'll pick a winner from over there. So head over there. I'm going to pump all this stuff out. I'm going to get to SHOT Show. I'm going to put this on IG real fast. Yes. Review. I'm going to do that now. If you have questions, get them ready for SHOT Show. I want to get through this fast, but there was a lot of questions we left kind of unturned, and I wanted to address a couple things and make it kind of as quick as possible. And I'm going to get to that. So, if you have a chance, let me write this up. Over to Apple Tunes. That's where I'm going to pick the winner from. So in case you all haven't noticed, I'm kind of practicing a little bit, getting this ready to get off the ground the way I have in the past. And let me just pin this. I'm trying to just pin this comment. Hold on, bear with me. So I want to thank the sponsors for a second. Kenzies Optics. Kenzies Optics is always a really, really fierce sponsor of us. They do a great job helping us out, helping us with a lot of the media stuff. I can't thank those guys enough. I didn't get into them enough about SHOT Show and kind of how that went and just the overall conversations I had with them. Those are awesome guys over there. The owner is a phenomenal dude. Can't thank him enough. What a great dinner we had, myself, Tony, and some of the Kenzies personnel. We shot the shit for a little bit. We talked. You know, we had a lot of laughs. Great dudes. Awesome dudes. And I can't thank those guys enough. They're always supportive. They're always there. Anything we ask for, they're helpful, and they are building a juggernaut for optics and for optics dealing. So those guys, my hat's off to them for what they're building over there. Noah's doing a great job, really pushing that space. And there's a lot of companies that come and go that people say, oh, you should order your stuff from here, you should order your stuff from there. They're doing it. They're doing it right. So head over to Kenzies if you get a chance. Pay attention to them and the deals that they do. They're super big supporters of the show. TaurusUSA. I spent a lot of time in the Taurus booth, and I know some people coming in and out of this live, and we'll talk. I spent a lot of time in their booth, and I love what they're doing. I love what they're doing. I love some of the stuff they're coming out with and some of the stuff they're launching. They're doing a great job. So I'm excited. Want to thank Taurus. I definitely want to give a big thanks to Breakthrough Clean, and maybe we'll give out some cleaning kits. They're doing an awesome job. And, of course, as always, Enforce Weapon Lights, Tops Knives, some of the other brands that we do tons of work with here. So I want to get into finishing up SHOT Show. So a lot of people were talking about SHOT Show, asking about SHOT Show. A lot of different questions. People were saying, oh, it's just a bunch of influencers and all that. And I kind of yeah, they have some nice stuff coming, 85, for real, and I'm going to get to that. There's a lot of cool stuff that I see coming down that pipe for Taurus, and I got privy to some of the stuff that nobody else has seen that I'm liking, so pay attention there. So to everybody that takes a minute that can get into and on to either Facebook or YouTube, take a minute to like, subscribe, and leave a review. If you get over to iTunes, please take a minute to leave a review. So if you head over to iTunes, I'm asking everybody to leave a review. I'm asking for a 5-star review, and I would appreciate it. The more ratings I can squeeze into this. So 85 for real says Taurus booth at NRA. They do some nice stuff. There's some nice stuff coming. Yes, they do. They have some stuff you haven't even seen. And one of the things they're doing that not a lot of booths do, and pay attention to this, is everything that you see out at Taurus, it's done. You can buy it now. A lot of people use teasers. They use things like products they don't have. They promote products that don't exist. Taurus doesn't do that. They say, if we print it, it sells. So if we publish it, we're shipping it. So that's their approach. I like that. Not a lot of companies do that. I said yesterday, and I'll go through this really quick, I was really impressed with Canic, and I was impressed with some of the other brands that Century Arms has launched over the last couple of years and some of the things that they're doing. I am going to get to some of the other companies I work with and have worked with, and I want to thank them, and I want to mention a few things. Excuse me. I want to mention a few things about them. One of them actually just stepped into my live. I got a chance to go by Truck Vault. I love what those guys do. As many of you know, my last 3 trucks have had truck vaults in them. I've been a huge supporter of truck vaults. I love everything that they do there. I've visited the facility. I've walked the facility. I've seen the work they do. They do an awesome job. Got a chance to see their setup at SHOT. Great job. Awesome. Oh, and to everybody that won optics yesterday, I'm going to ship them tomorrow. I didn't get a chance to go to the UPS today. I'll have a chance tomorrow. I should have a chance tomorrow to head over there. So to some of you guys, just hold tight. I usually say give me a couple days and I'll get it in the mail. I usually go the shipping on Thursday, but that's usually kind of the unwritten rule, but I'll get to it early in the week because I don't want anyone to go nuts on me. But I will get that stuff out. I do have another reflex, and I have a whole bunch of Enforce lights too I can give away. And we'll do that today. So I'm asking everyone, before I get deeper into the topics, to head over to iTunes. Please leave a review under the John Bartolo Show on iTunes. So all you guys on IG right now, head over, leave your IG handle. It's the John Bartolo Show on iTunes. So I'm asking everybody to take a minute, search it out on iTunes, or go to Podbean. I have my Podbean dashboard up now. Head over to Podbean and leave a review. Preferably 5 stars. So, couple things. Specifically Frank, yeah. Couple things. If you don't make it to SHOT Show, I will tell you this. 85 for real. Just go on a Podbean or go somewhere and leave another one, and I'll find you. We'll get you. Everybody's going to win something that starts out helping support this. The more you start out supporting this, I want to grow this. I want to get it to where it needs to be, so I'm going to do a bunch of these to grow it and to flesh it out, and I have the right sponsors and folks behind it, so we're going to get some stuff out there. And I was overwhelmed by the response of people that wanted me to bring this back. I walked around, a bunch of people. I had a guy come up to me, he had to be wearing a cowboy hat this high, and he said, excuse me, still getting over SHOT Show AIDS. He said, you had a really good show. And I said, really? And he said, yeah. He said, I watched it all the time. And I said, what'd you like about it? And he said, I like that you just kind of like, and he used a term that I use a lot. Anyone who's worked with me in the past, he goes, you just kind of slang it. And he goes, I like that. And that's definitely me. So, I tell it like it is. I just like to kind of sling it. I like to give my opinion or my take on stuff. I like you guys having the questions come in real time and give you guys some honest feedback, and I do the best I can to answer them. But he was one that stuck with me because that's a term I use a lot, and it's just, it's kind of a Tom Brady term, just go out there and sling it, and I just kind of like to go out there and sling it, and that was something that made a lot of sense to me. So, long story short, guys, this is back. In what format it's going to be, I'm going to leave a lot of that up to you guys. And I'm going to see how it does and see how you guys do supporting it. So we're going to give away a Taurus pistol, revolver. Maybe we'll give away a pistol too. But we're definitely going to give away a revolver. And we're going to give away some of these other optics and some of the other stuff I have laying around. And we're going to get to that. They're going to typically run a little over an hour, these shows. I'm going to talk about a bunch of different things. I'm going to get into a few topics. I'm going to get a sip of water. I'm still getting over SHOT Show AIDS. Sorry about that. Still getting over a little bit of the SHOT Show sore throat. Not sure the coffee was helping. But it comes and it goes. So, a few things. SHOT Show's not just about influencers. It's not, I would say it hasn't quite become the fitness world where it's all about influencers, and a lot of people ask these questions. And, people associated with the industry that are looking for free stuff or things like that. It's a lot of cool companies really getting down to business. A lot of them are doing business, and a lot of them are trying to focus on growing their business. There's definitely a good chunk of folks that I feel could benefit from a lot of guidance that are trying to break into the business, and I feel like a lot of money is wasted. We talked a lot about the bottom floor of SHOT Show. If you've been to SHOT Show, there's that bottom floor, and then there's an upstairs. And I feel like a lot of time, money, and energy is spent on the bottom floor trying to figure it out. So there's that. If you walk around, there's a lot of cool brands. So if you take a minute to walk around, there's a lot of really cool brands. And we had, as I said, Amanda Rose on yesterday. We had Ray Cashcare. I had the opportunity to have a lot of really cool folks pop in. And I noticed Mike Coonahan was here. I'd like to see if I can get Mike on the IG, get him talking. No donuts here. But there's a lot of cool brands. If you pay attention, some are really getting it right, and some aren't. You have to walk around, you have to take it all in. And you can find some really cool products that in 5 years they might be upstairs or they might be developing. But I enjoy seeing as much innovation and growth and different industries come into the space, but it's not all about influencers. It's really not. That's starting to die. Suresh and I were talking about this. Suresh from 221B Tactical. We were spending some time last night talking about how that's changing. And the reason that's changing is because of stuff like this. If you don't know what you're talking about, then you don't know what you're talking about. And I think people are starting to see through a lot of the bullshit and starting to figure out who's really actually involved in decision making and the process and things, and who's just on IG to take pictures, and who's just on IG to burn their bathroom down, and who's just on IG to do dumb shit. They're going to figure that out. And not only that, Instagram, I've been saying it for a long time, guys, it's a dying medium. So if you head over to my last post, for those of you that have left a review, there's 8 or 10 of you in here. If you head over to my last post and you say done, I'm going to give away the revolver. And maybe I'll give away a revolver and a pistol. If you let people into the live, tap that paper airplane on the bottom and invite people into the live. If we get up to 25 people, I'll give away the Taurus revolver right now. All right? So to the 8 of you that are in here, invite people into the live by tapping the paper airplane on the bottom and invite people in. And I'll give away the revolver. Frank, you're always a big supporter. Get out there and wave the flag, and I'll get it done. And maybe we'll give away 2. We'll give away a bunch of stuff. But, so as far as SHOT Show goes, just being about those types of performers, no. And somebody asked me about a certain Instagram personality while I was at SHOT Show. They brought up somebody's name. I don't even know the person. I've never even heard of him. That's how out of touch I am with some of this stuff. And I guess he's one of the bearded guys or something. I couldn't even describe him if you held a gun to my head. And I said, isn't that guy an actor? And they laughed, and they said, that's the best explanation you could ever have given him. And I said, I thought he was an actor. I just figured it was acting. And it is. I mean, but how you, the follower, don't see that, I'll never understand. So it's not all about that. There are definitely people out there that are doing some acting for sure. But you have to accept it. You have to accept it for what it is. It's acting. And some people are going to do that. So it's all good. Everybody has their niche. Everyone has their space. And you have to kind of take it for what it is. You can't get mad about it. I don't. I could care less. Everyone has their niche. That's what makes this country great, is everybody can do their own thing. You can start a company tomorrow. I mean, I've walked by some companies and been really frustrated. I'm like, really? That's what they do? That's the shtick. So if you guys are friends of mine and you're on Facebook and you can take a minute to head over and leave a review, leave anything, please, thank you. I appreciate it. So that's my take on SHOT Show and answering the influencer question that came up yesterday. In fitness, it's very different because in fitness, you wear it. There's really no other criteria in that. You're either in shape or you're not. Banyan, then go over to YouTube. Yes, thank you to everyone from Frank sent invites too. I'd like to give away this revolver. Frank, keep an eye out as soon as we hit 25. And then we talked, and everybody else helped Frank out. Instagram is dying, yeah. Mo Shaw asked a good question, Pro Shooter Mo Shaw, and a friend of mine. He asked a good question. He goes, Instagram is a dying platform. What's next? That's a brilliant question, Mo. And I'm sorry I didn't see you at SHOT. We always kind of find a way to bump into each other, and that sucks. Mo's one of the good guys. If you're not following Mo Shaw, give him a follow. Mo, I think the gun industry has to evolve. It has to evolve, and it has to keep evolving. Instagram's a very juvenile platform. It's very addicting, but it's very juvenile. And if you're good at taking pictures, you can get away with it. I think that's dying. I think you're going to need it. It's going to always have a place. What's up, Jonathan? Jonathan, I got to get with you after this, but a few things, especially about this. But I think that's a dying platform. So as far as what's next, I mean, I think what's next is just kind of the evolution of the gun industry getting into these different spaces. And what I'm trying to explain to a lot of companies is you're going to have to start to bring your media in-house, and you're going to have to start doing some of this stuff in-house. You can't keep subcontracting people, having some faceless person run your IG behind the scenes. You have to get, I think Vortex is ahead of the curve right now, Mo. I think companies that are putting that type of, I think SIG is looking at this hard. I think they're going to be next at carrying themselves a certain way and doing certain things. I think it's going to keep evolving, and it's going to keep getting better. It's not to take the voice away from the people, but I think between the Instagram studio gangsters and the photographers and people like that, I think they were given way too much of a voice. Way too much of a voice. And I don't know what your thoughts are, Mo, but I think that they were given way too much of a voice. So, you know, I think that that's a definite problem. So, I think it'll keep evolving. You left a review on Podbean, thank you. I appreciate that. So, I think it'll just keep evolving. You know, where it goes from here and in what platform, it's not going to matter. But I think that the industry, those people need to grow. What's up, Wild Country Tactical? Canik has been killing it, and they are just now about to release their first subcompact to market. I believe that's right. 85 for real. I saw a lot of the Canik stuff, and man, those Turkish guys are killing it. They're killing it. They're killing it. Facebook has lost over 60% of its popularity, and it owns Instagram. There are not a lot of popular platforms to be used for business and life. I don't know if that's true. I think Instagram's wildly popular, and I think Facebook still is too. But there's always going to be evolution. I mean, there's millions and millions of people there, Banyan, so that makes it a viable medium. I think guys like Joe Rogan have created a resurgence in podcasts, and I think podcasts and YouTube are great because you can't hide. Go look at YouTube. Some of your best, most credible people are on YouTube. Tim from Military Arms Channel. I mean, you don't get more credible than that. I mean, there's some phenomenally credible guys out there on those mediums. Hickok 45 made his bones there, and that guy runs a gun as good as anybody. Canik is the best on the market to me. I think Canik is the best value on the market, Wild Country Tactical. The best value. And they're a great case study. And I could get into the soup as to why, but I'm not gonna. So, a few other things, because you're asking really good questions, so keep them coming. I don't think they're dead, but I think they're evolving. And I think they're going to keep evolving. Hey, John. Hey, everyone. Hope you're all right. Yeah, we're all good. Everything's rolling. I got a little bit of the SHOT Show AIDS, so I'm fighting that. I'm just finishing up some of the sore throat, but I'm getting through it. Yeah, I think Banyan, I think they're evolving. And I think that you have to continue to evolve in the media. I want to get some in to do some testing and reliability. Let me tell you something, Wild Country Tactical. Let me do this for you. You know my take on testing. When people do that, testing. They do an outrageous amount of testing before those guns go out. You know, so make sure if you're approaching the company looking for, you know, a free gun or something like that, that you do, that you give a good speech, you know, give a good spiel, because I used to laugh at those types of requests. Backlash against social media over free speech issues. That's always going to be the case. They're not public I shouldn't say they're not public companies. They have owners and they have boards and they create the rules. So you have to play around the rules. That's where it gets sticky. I was talking to coworkers today about our marketing and some of the stuff that was brought up last night. So thanks. Yeah, no, I mean, let me just be clear, you guys. This broadcast, whether it was Suresh or other folks that are on, this whole thing that we do is for you guys. So when you ask the questions, what's up, Scott? It's good to see you. Leave a review, please, and share. Like, review, and share. And if you do, please comment under my last post. I'm going to give away a revolver once we get 25 people in the Instagram. Yeah, this broadcast and everything that we're doing, is for you guys. So if you have questions, ask them. I'm going to give you every insight into the industry, that I can. I know a lot of people get up there and they do crazy stuff on the lives. They light themselves on fire. They do dumb shit. I don't do that. I'm here to give you guys as much info as I can. Yeah, thanks, Rob. I'm just getting over the SHOT Show flu a little bit, so doing the best I can here. But yeah, I mean, it's all done for you guys. So if you have questions, if there's anything I can answer, like I said, I'm going to wrap on the SHOT Show stuff and kind of get to a little bit of a happy medium. By the way, I've been off media and social platforms a lot as of late. What happened with Falcor and why did you leave CEO position? So, Banyan, a couple things. There's other opportunities and things that came up. I wish them the best. They have a great medium. I think I pushed them in the right position. If you follow my journey from the beginning, I've always worked better as kind of someone who works for himself. It's just, I think, it's a lot of work to be kind of playing the band and doing all that stuff. And I think sometimes, you have to kind of go back to going in your own direction. And it's a ton of work. And I had a great experience there. I had a great time there. I'm thankful. I'm grateful for the experience, similar to all the other brands I work with, that I would not give up and hadn't given up all along the way. It was important to me to continue to service them and to give them the level of service I feel they deserve. And I feel they deserve someone that's going to give them, had a little bit of a poor connection there. I think it's important to them to have someone that's going to service them to the utmost. And I think that goes both ways. So I wish them well. I wish them the best. I'm evolving as they're evolving, and I think they'll be fine. That's as far as I'm going to go get into it. I'm turning the page and moving on to this. This is a great avenue, great platform for me. But if anyone knows anything about working with multiple brands and juggling multiple titles within those brands, it is exhausting. I get people that want time with me, that want to spend time with me. I got a stack of business cards I haven't gone through. I work day and night. So if you take a minute, tap that paper airplane on the bottom, help Frank out. I want to give away this revolver really quick. So take a minute, tap the paper airplane, guys, invite some people in. So it's a ton of work. Running a company is a lot of work. What's up, Michelle? It's not easy to sit there and do day in and day out. Yeah, anytime. I'll answer anything as long as I see it flash by the screen. So if I do miss your question, it's not because I'm trying to avoid it. If I turn my head and I look at the other screens, I kind of don't see it. So just ask again. If anyone takes a minute to head over to iTunes, please leave a review. Yeah, Mo, it's a juggling act. Mo chimed in over here. It's a juggling act. So, none of these, and to be honest with you, nobody's getting rich in this business. I'm sure Mo's not getting rich as a pro shooter. It's a lot of work, guys. A lot of these guys are struggling. I'm sure Mo could tell you stories, and other guys could tell you stories about sleeping in their car, going to matches. Blake, head over to YouTube. Head over to YouTube and make some noise and share. Did you see any of the heavy hitters in the industry going backwards or becoming stagnant? Good question, 85 for real. That's a really good question. Going stagnant or backwards? I think a lot of guys are going backwards if they're not developing SKUs in multiple areas. To me, whether it's SIG or Smith & Wesson or some of these brands, they set the tone, guys. They set the tone for a lot of these things. And they're the ones that are really pushing the envelope and pushing the space. And you look, they're constantly developing SKUs in certain areas. So if you're not developing these SKUs and you're not developing in these weaker areas, I'm going to get to the 365. You're not developing these SKUs. I'm writing down. You're at a loss. You're playing catch up. So, like for example, if you just sell ARs or you just sell pistols, it's tough. How are you rounding out your website? Because you have to have something for everybody, and you have to offer something for everybody. If you're single product centric, you're susceptible to a lot of risk, especially in this game. So it's important, really important, to round it out. So yeah, there are some companies going backwards as far as which ones. I don't like to get too company specific. I think you can figure it out. Take a look. Take a look out there at the different companies. Yeah, Facebook got a little fucky. Facebook always does. Take a look at a lot of the companies out there. Take a look at a lot of the brands out there and ask yourself, did they come up with anything new? And then there you have your answer. As far as the P365 issues, SIG's going to get it right. Whether they have it right now, I don't know. I'm not a shooter of the 365. I shot it once. I don't know if they ironed it out. I would think after Tim from Military Arms Channel pretty much crucified them, I would think that they got it right. Thanks, Scott. I really appreciate it. Yeah, send those invites. Frank's right. I want to get rid of this revolver. So I would appreciate it. And so would Frank. I know that. So let's get it done. Frank's always a big cheerleader. So I said this last night, and I want to kind of touch on this. And Suresh brought up some really good points. He was really on point. Pay real attention to who you guys are following and who you're paying attention to and who you're watching. It's important. 2019, I know for me, and this speaks to some of Banyan's points, and I know what some of you guys are paying attention to. I'm just going to block people. There was someone who I won't name who happened to be in the live and last night. Was it last night? No, it was the afternoon. That was kind of beginning to heckle or ask dumb shit, and I'm just blocking them. I'm just at a point in my life where I'm too old to deal with that shit. What's up, Knox? If you've left a review, a 5-star review on iTunes, or you left a review on YouTube, or you pretty much did your part in sharing, please do me a favor and leave a comment on my last post, and I'll pick a winner. Yeah, Banyan, he's a little bit of an unnamed D-bag, and I'm just blocking. I'm just at that point, guys, where I'm too old, and I don't have time for the drama. I want you guys in here. I don't care if it's 20 of you guys. I don't care if it's 50 of you guys. I noticed I had something like 50 downloads on Podbean right off the bat. That was awesome. I mean, I'm not doing this to deal with that shit. It's not worth it. I got good sponsors behind this, good people. It's important to me to kind of build something the right way, and I'm not dealing with it. Mo said the M&P 15S for $400 definitely setting and redefining a tone in the industry. Absolutely. 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 Yes, pay attention to those who you do watch and follow. John, I wanted to say thank you for doing what you have done. I wanted to say that took some initiative from what you started a year long. I think you mean a year ago. Yep, 20 live. Wild Country Tactical, that's, any advice I can give you. Anybody who knows me knows my phone is always on. If I can talk and have a conversation with someone and give them some good advice, or at least impart upon them some good advice, I will do it. This is pretty nice. Let's see if I can get Wild Country Tactical wants to come in the live. We'll see if I can get him in and get his thoughts. This will be interesting. Hey, what's going on?
Just got back from the store getting the milk and bread in case we get this snow.
Perfect. So Well, I guess you get why I do this, and you understand it probably better than anybody else watching and paying attention, without keeping you from getting the milk and bread settled down. What do you feel? You've paid attention from the beginning. What do you feel the big takeaway is from these lives and from these streams, and what have you taken away from it?
Well, I tell you what, I have noticed some things that I want to say that I've kind of took what you started and wanted to kind of mold to what I've done. It's like I tell people, it's not really about the giveaways. It's about being a part of something that's a lot bigger than the giveaway itself. It's about showing that you care about what the industry's about, what we're moving toward, how we're moving toward, how some of these companies are taking big steps in building their businesses better than others. And I really, that's kind of one of the things I've kind of took for what I started. I started a year-long monthly giveaway. We do a handful of companies each month, and we basically just put them all together and say, hey, look, these companies are some of the best ones in the business. We're going to throw a package together at the end of the month, and we spend that whole month talking about the companies.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And basically just giving people the backstories to the companies, man.
The biggest thing to realize, the biggest takeaway, in my opinion, is we're all small businesses in a way, right? There's only if you walk around SHOT Show, there's a few major players, but a lot of you guys are small businesses out there, and I've worked for small businesses, family-owned businesses. I try to explain to people, we only have each other, and we can't. A lot of people, when they get into these arguments and the bullshit and everything that comes with it, I'm like, it's not worth it. Nobody's making millions of dollars. It's not worth it. And that's why I grew a lot over the last year. I had this epiphany where I was like, I'm just going to block people. Like, I'm just done with people's bullshit and the predatory behavior of some people. And I'm over it. And I'm at a point now where I want to help people. I want to do this podcast. I want to do the lives. And I want to do it in a way that somebody takes something away from it and they walk away and they become a better company, a better person, better for having listened and paid attention. And maybe they ask some good questions. Maybe I just rant and it's not, anything they want to listen to that day. But I'm done doing the whole entertaining of the bullshit. And it's just reached a point where people need to savvy up to what they're watching and what they're allowing to pay attention to. And they need to be careful.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of people that has done that. They've gotten tired of the drama and all the bull crap that goes on, and everybody's like, well, I'm here. We're all in it for a business. We're all in it to make everybody grow, and that's the whole point. I mean, that's the whole point behind what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. You do it to. And you do it to put food on your table and to help your family and to get better. And those are all the companies I've worked with through the years. I've had dinner and lunch and broken bread with all these people and their families, and they're like, that's one of the things that I think, whether it's Instagram or everything else, has given people this misconception that it's the have and have-nots, and they should take a big dump on the people they perceive are the haves. And I just don't see it that way. I just don't see it that way. And I think, whether you choose to do marketing the way you choose to do it and you feel that that's the best direction for you, your company, and your family, leave well enough alone. There's no reason for people to come in with this hate or this, if you want to do a review, that's one thing. If you want to review a product and say, hey, this isn't as good as this, I can live with that. I'm okay with that. But when people start to get personal and negative and they want to throw people down, and it's really just based on nothing more than pure hate, that's where you lost me. That's where I'm like, you know what? I'm out. I can't be involved with that. I can't listen to it, especially when these are people I know and people I have a personal relationship with. I think that no.
One of the biggest things that when I started Freedom Squad 2019, I told everybody, I said, if we're not all together on this main mission and main goal of what we're all trying to achieve here, I'm not going to do it. I don't want nobody involved with me that's not going to do the same thing that I want all of us to do.
Right.
And I've had a lot of people say that when I start talking, they're like, oh, well, yeah, I agree with you 100%. This is what we got to, we need to do this. And because It's our main goal is one to teach educate our young generation that's coming up, because if we don't, I don't know where this industry.
Yeah. No, I hear you loud and clear. I mean, we don't know where it'll end up. So, I think you're doing a great thing, and I'm hoping people take away from it the things that you took away from it, and I'm going to record as many of these as you guys dictate and you guys support. And my website's going to be going up for the podcast. I'm going to be doing this all under my own name now, all under my own flag. So it's going to be my thing, and I'm going to hopefully be able to water it for a long, long time. I met with a lot of really cool companies that want me to do stuff under their flag. If I do, that's going to be something totally different. This is going to be my thing. I'll never probably do only something under a company's flag the way that I did. I'm hoping that everybody comes out and supports it. It's going to be a little different than the other format. I'm going to have guests on like this. So if you guys get a chance.
It's a good way.
Yeah.
This is a very good way for people to see and understand what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And for like me, I try to get people on that I'm doing the giveaways with, where they can start seeing the people that's behind these companies. And behind what, because a lot of these guys that I'm doing with, there's several the guys that I do kydex with. These guys are doing this stuff in garages, man, and they do top quality, top notch stuff. It's just getting them out there, getting people to see them.
Just getting it out there, and this industry was born out of, and, I grew up going to the Shriners Convention, going to the small shows. I mean, that's where I got my start, and it was 10 years of doing that. I mean, I used to go work the Great American Outdoor Show 9 days at a time, working a booth. I've done this job at every level. So what I tell people all the time is I've done this at every single level. I understand it. I get it. And I'm here to support the little guy as much as I can. That's why when I started the Freedom Brokers, I brought this up last night. I don't know if you heard it. It was crazy to me that caused such drama and controversy. And people are like, I'm going to start this and I'm going to start that and fuck him. And I'm just sitting back and I'm like, why can't something just be organic and fun? And what's the problem? Like,
well, see, that's exactly the same way that I've kind of done with the Freedom Squad, because I'm hoping that I've kind of done some stuff with a range down in Destin's called Range Project. They're a group of rangers that actually went out and built a range, brand new range set up, and we're actually talking about going down in the summertime and doing a whole weekend shoot.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's actually involved with this, so where these shooters can actually see some of the companies they may never see in their whole entire life or in their career. We will have them down there where they can see them.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I love hearing this stuff. I mean, just keep evolving, keep getting better, keep getting yourself out there, keep pushing your brand, and keep pushing your business forward and trying to get it into the front of the conversation. And if there's ever anything I can do to help, I'm always a message away. And if I can do anything, I'm always here. And everybody who knows me, and you especially, I'm always willing to do that. I'm always willing to do that. So if you're out there and you're a small business, reach out to some of these guys. Partner up. Work together. Get in a synergy. And help each other out.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. And stick together. And it's not about the shows, and it's not about influencers, and it's not about any of that stuff. Just, look at guys like Tim from Military Arms Channel. Tim doesn't even go to SHOT Show. Tim refuses to give in to any of the hoopla. He's a little extreme, and I love him to death. He's like I love him. He's my friend, but, but he's not wrong. He's not wrong. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep pushing your brand and your agenda. And if there's ever anything I can do to help out, and I appreciate all the kind words, everything, the reviews, everything you do. I see it. I go through the stuff at night. I'm watching it over and over again. I'm a call away. I'm always here, man. So I appreciate it. Yeah, you keep fighting the good fight. I'm going to thank you and get back to doing this. All right, I'll talk to you.
Making some bread sandwiches.
Stay warm, all right?
See you, man.
See ya. It was Wild Country Tactical. Give them a follow if you haven't. Pay some attention to what they're doing. Awesome guys over there. Check them out. Wild Country Tactical. Always been a supporter. Always supporting the cause. I think we had about 22 people in I want to give this revolver away. I want to get to this. I'm going to check out and see how the post is performing. Let's see. Let's see. I lost my live on IG. I got my live everywhere else, but I lost my live on IG. Let's see if I can get it back. Let's see. We're having trouble with the connection. Let's see. Having some trouble with the connections. They're getting slow and fickle. But let's see if we can't get them going again. Ugh. The connections are super slow. Well, we'll see. All right, let's see if we can get this off the ground. If we can't get Instagram, we're trying. The connections are terrible. Let's see. All right. All right. We have a bunch of people subscribing, so we're doing the best we can to kind of reboot this and have this kind of up and running. See if we can't get IG back. It's kind of a little bit of a IG's kind of a little fickle at times. See if I can't get it. I can't seem to get it. It is what it is. So, wrapping up on SHOT. So that's my take on SHOT. If anyone has any other questions about SHOT, we just had Wild Country Tactical on. Awesome dude. Check them out if you haven't. Really love what they're doing. And I can't thank them enough. So hopefully you guys took a minute and enjoyed everything that we're doing. And the stuff that we're doing, and it all makes sense. I'm going to give away this revolver if I can get live, kind of kick back on. For whatever reason, it's down. I don't know if it's the media gods that are just destined for failure, but let's see if we can't get it rebooted in some way, shape, or form. Let's see. It's trying, it's fighting. All right, we're back. We're back. Let me type it in and we'll get it rolling. I know Frank busted his ass. Head over to on iTunes and leave review, comment, last post, tagging, and we'll pick a winner now. Getting this live booted up. So we'll get that squared away. So that should get rolling. Yeah, the internet's fickle. Hopefully it's sorting itself out. It looks like it is, so we'll be back in no time. And I hope everybody's good. I hope everyone has a good week. And this will probably be the last one I record this week. Maybe one more. I have a couple topics I want to get to and a couple things. So I'm hoping everybody takes a minute. Let's see as this kind of fleshes out. We can get to the comments on here. So, if no one has any other questions, I want to close the book on SHOT Show. I'm going to check and see if there's any other comments, questions, or anything else. See what you guys have on here. See if there's anything else that you guys want to touch on. We're going to give this away. If I have to, I can always go live later. Let's see. Let's see. I'm not sure why we're having such trouble, but I'm going to try to sort this out. Try to get this live fixed. I think I got it now. Maybe. Well, Instagram's down, so we're having trouble with IG. Having a little trouble with the IG world. Let's see. We'll see if we can get it fixed. Otherwise, we'll be giving this away. Let's see. We'll see if it gets people in. We can hit refresh. All right, here we go. Coming back in. Frank, it's back. I know you're working diligently, but it's back. Yeah, the connection. It's just the connection. I'm gonna put the rules in, and we're gonna give it away. We're gonna be done with it. We'll get it done, Frank. So that was Wild Country Tactical, and sometimes when I connect with people, I'll get you in. So sometimes when we connect with people, it kicks people off. So I'm gonna put the rules in one last time. Head over to iTunes, leave a 5-star review for comment and tag Taurus on my last post, and I'll pick a winner. So that's the risk I take when yeah, Deandra, it's a problem. That's the risk I take when I go live with somebody. It causes a little bit of a snafu, so I try not to do it, if I can help it. I know, Ruben. If I can help it, I try to be careful with the lives. So I'm going to pin that, and I'm going to get this rolling. So I'll leave this pin for a minute, and I want to get to people's last questions about SHOT and I want to thank Wild Country Tactical for coming on. Get to people's last stuff about SHOT. So part of the reason, somebody asked this, and I ignored it, why I brought the podcast back and why I brought this back, was people asked me for it. People asked me to bring this back, and they wanted to see it, and I said I had somebody approach me, and I had somebody, if you don't have iTunes, go to YouTube. Go to YouTube and make some noise and share. And I can get you in, Joe. So it was really something that, Clint Hansen in the house. Clint's always stopping by. I had to give him a call. He's got some stuff. I gotta check in with him, and hopefully things are going well, Clint. But people asked me to bring it back, and I wanted to bring it back as kind of my own thing, and I thought that made some sense. And I just really felt like this was something that was necessary. So I wanted to bring it back and do this in a way that was a little different. But I wanted to give people insight into the industry that I felt they don't get. So there you go. There you go. Give you guys a minute to get in. So, a few things. I'm going to close the book on SHOT Show for you guys. And if no one has any more SHOT Show questions, I'm going to shut down SHOT Show. Feel free to ask. I have no problem answering. I'll do the best I can. But I'm going to close the book on SHOT Show. Yes, that was an adventure. So if anybody would like to know anything else about SHOT Show, I'm pretty much shutting it down as it pertains to SHOT Show. And we're going to give away a Taurus revolver right now. And am I going to be at NRA show, Scott? Yes, I will be at NRA show. I'm still working with multiple brands, multiple companies. I will be at NRA show. I'm sorting through what the next steps will be. So I'll be there. And Squared Away Customs. Thank you, Mark, for stopping in. So this show, just to answer some of the people's questions, kind of what direction it's going to be. Every week we're going to cover some different topics, some different stuff that we see, and what makes sense. Thank you, Mark. If you haven't checked out Squared Away Customs, guys, go check out Squared Away Customs. Mark does awesome work with Kydex. He's doing a fantastic job. Take a minute, check him out. Go give him a follow. Those of you that pay attention, he's always kind of crushing it. Close the book now. The rest of 2019. NRA show is in Indianapolis. It's in Indianapolis. So whoever's going, I will be there. I'll be there in multiple capacities. It's a short one. It's a tight one. I'm usually running around in a million directions. Do the best I can. So the more people I can bump into, the better. Let's take a look. Frank, I know you worked really hard. Let's pick a winner. Podbean followed on Facebook. Thank you. If you don't have one of the platforms, I'm going to take a look. I'm going to pick a winner. Most of you guys have IG. So I'm going to take and pick a winner from, and it's usually the person that makes the most noise. I'm looking for really reviews on iTunes. I'm looking for as many reviews as we can get up as quickly as possible on iTunes. So let's see. All right. NRA is the better show. If you get a chance to make it to the NRA show, it's the better show. There's a number of reasons for that. Let's see who we have. Give it another minute. Comments are loading. As you guys leave comments on the last post, they're loading up. And we're going to pick a winner. Someone's going to go home with a 617 revolver. Holly USA, how you doing? I'll probably be hanging out with the homies at Kenzies Defense and SOE booth. I don't know those guys, but I'm sure you'll have fun, Scott. I'll be there, like I said, bouncing around in and out of meetings. I treat NRA a little differently. I'm not walking the floor as much. I'm kind of bouncing around. My 80 real account won't let me in. NRA is consumer-based, consumer-friendly versus shot. Yeah, Mo, that's a great point. If I was to compare the two, and probably now's a good time to do it, really quick. Yeah, Holly, go comment. If I was to do it, I would say NRA is a much funner, more vibrant show, more loose. It's only a weekend. Everybody's pretty chill. I liken it to the pits at a race. And you have the ability to kind of really interact on a certain level with the folks. It's different than shot. Shot's more, you get on the floor, you get off the floor. There you go. So, there you go. The winner of this pistol has to have their FFL ready and has to have the ability to receive the product. So, we'll get that rolling. And we're going to give a bunch of stuff away as time goes on. So if you don't win, I'm going to be, as you guys know how I do this stuff, I tend to do a lot of these. And drop one on YouTube. And boom, I'm going to get your stuff sent out tomorrow. Normally I would do it on Thursdays, but I'm going to do it tomorrow. So friends of mine from Tactical Response, John, SOE, bomb-proof bags, SOT. Yeah, I mean, they sound great, man. I mean, for sure. I'm just not overly familiar with them. It's not a bad thing when I'm not familiar with them. There's a lot of companies out there. I do my best to kind of keep a pulse, but it doesn't mean that. Usually I would ship on Thursdays, boom, but I'm going to ship tomorrow. So those were great points made by Wild Country Tactical. I know we had a little delay in there because I was trying to get the IG feed back up, but Wild Country Tactical is absolutely right. This is about the small businesses, and this is about the businesses growing and sharing ideas and getting better. We're not going to improve as an industry if we keep doing things the same way we did them before. That's the definition of insanity. So we have to keep evolving, we have to keep getting better, and we have to keep getting better as consumers and people, and pay attention. And pay attention to what we follow, what we say yes to, what we agree to, what we allow in our headspace. Yeah, New Jersey does suck. It does suck, Torres. We can get you something else. If you're in New Jersey, go check out Savage Cerakote. If you get to, I believe he's in Old Bridge. So if you're in the Old Bridge area, go check out Savage Cerakote. Derek's got a little shop there. He's a big supporter. He's one of the New Jersey safe havens, if you will. And if he can't get it in the state, no one can. So go check him out. He does an awesome job. I'm familiar with a lot of the dealers across the country, and he's one of the good ones. So go check out Savage Cerakote in New Jersey. Old Bridge. He's the one that had his sign stolen. He had that whole drama with the stolen sign. So go check that out. And as far as the formatting PA. As far as the formatting goes and how this will go going forward, I have to thank my sponsors that sponsor the podcast. Kenzies Optics. Can't thank them enough. They do a phenomenal job. I love Kenzies. Kenzies has always been there every step of the way, supporting the brand. Go to Kenzies Optics and check them out. Yeah, you've seen that. She was on tape, yeah. I wish she had a better camera. So go check out Kenzies. If you get a chance, check out Taurus. As I said, TaurusUSA, a lot of the stuff they're doing, I really dig it. They're really hitting their stride. Go check out Taurus. If you take a minute, we had Wild Country Tactical on. Go check out Wild Country Tactical. Check out what they're doing. Awesome stuff. Great guy. Can't thank them enough. The podcast website will be up and running, I'm hoping, by the end of the week. So, and I'm going to hope to continue this format where I take you guys questions and I do Q&A, and I'm able to do this. So please share the shit out of it. I need your help in the beginning. I can't do it without you. If this is something you want and you want me to continue doing it, share the fuck out of it and get it out there. So I appreciate it when you do. So thank you guys. let's take a look now. I know you're inviting people in, and there's a lot of people, going on and off. IG, let's see what we're at for comments. We're at 34 comments. We're at 34 comments. So, at 35. What do you think, you guys? When we get to, yeah, Holly, go leave a comment on my last post. That makes it easier because everybody has. Yeah, Wild Country, you should start something. And I love when people, start something of their own. Then I can be a part of it, We all grow together. Trying to watch and give my kids a shower. Focus on those kids. You got to make sure you give them the attention. I'm going to give it 5 more minutes or so. So do me a favor, head over to iTunes and leave a 5-star review. And I'm going to do a few of these. I'm going to do a few of them. I had one other thing come up. A few people have been asking me about upcoming dates. I am not sure yet, but more than likely I will be at the Arnold Classic. The Arnold Classic is in Ohio. If you haven't gone to it, it's a great show. It's in Ohio. It's reasonable. It's a weekend long. Great show. A lot of 2A guys go to it. Great show. Head over to the Arnold Classic. It's not just bodybuilding. It's jiu-jitsu. It's powerlifting. It's taekwondo, I believe. Yeah, it's in Columbus, Mo. You're right there. It's a badass show. It's a great show. Better than the Olympia, for sure. For sure. In the fitness world, I always compare the Olympia to SHOT, and I always compare the Arnold to NRA. So it's a great show to connect with people, and it's a great show to connect to all kinds of people that you may have looked up to in the fitness world or wanted to get 5 minutes of their time and chat with them and spend some time with them. So it's a great show if you get a chance to check it out. I will be at NRA, of course. That's right after that. The Arnold Classic kind of sneaks up on us this year, Mo. It's the 28th of February, which is the earliest I think I've ever seen it. Yeah, it's a great show, Scott. It's a great show. Give it a look. If you get a chance, after NRA, things kind of die down. You get into the shooting season and you get into the summer. And there's a lot of different shoots. There's IV888. There's a lot of different things going on. So check those things out. Don't know what I'm attending. A lot of that smaller stuff. I do my best, but I'm not sure on those dates yet. I can pretty much say that I'll be at Arnold and at NRA with good certainty if you attend those. I tend to have more time at the fitness shows. Does Taurus have any new 1911 platform models out? They're not necessarily new, Mo. Their 1911 hasn't changed much, so I wouldn't say it's new. But they do have every size now, which is something they hadn't had in the past. They have a carry platform. They have a full size, and they have a mid-size, I believe, now. So I'm really getting familiar with their SKUs. I'm getting familiar with a lot of their stuff. It's really an evolving brand, and I'm excited to see where that goes and what work I'll be doing with them in the future. So excited. Super excited. So let's see. Best place to stay in Columbus? You'd have to ask Mo that. They have a 1911 carry. I believe they might have recently posted it, but I know that they have a carry model. I held it. If you get some free time at NRA, I'd love to meet you, man. You're gonna find me. It's a catch me if you can. In the beginning, I'll be honest with you, Torres. In the beginning, I used to give my number to everybody. I used to try to connect with everybody. Wild Country Tactical knows what I'm talking about. I was very open to that stuff. I got 3 phones now. I'm doing the best I can. 4 hours ago, okay. So they did post it. I'm do the best I can. If you send me a DM, I'll do my best to, you can find me. I'm not hard to find. Usually I'm walking the floor with either Tony, Suresh. There's usually a little crowd following us, so you can't miss us. If you grab me, you tell me who you are, walk and talk for a little bit. Last year was a little hectic. A lot of people, were mad they didn't get a lot of FaceTime with me. I was kind of tied up. I was meeting the president at the time. True story. Can't make that up. So I was tied up in the back for a bit. And I wasn't on the floor the way that I would have wanted to be. So I apologize for that. I do the best I can. But in NRA, I get pulled into a few industry-related things, that being one of them, that kind of pull me in different directions. So if I'm around, grab me. Don't be shy. It's a good crew. Get together. We can walk and talk a bit. Somebody asked me once something crazy. They were like, get lunch. I'm like, I can't do that. I don't have that kind of time. I wish. So, yeah, I wish. So, it's not that easy. I'll just throw something at you. Yeah, if you find me, we'll just jump in the walk and talk, Walk and talk. So let me see here how we're doing comment-wise. We're up to 50 comments. All right. I'm going to pick a winner for this revolver, just so people know we're giving stuff away. Let's see. I'm going to randomly pick one. I'm going to look at you guys. I'm going to pick someone. We're going to do this a lot, so I'm not really too worried about it. I'm going to give away other stuff, too. Once I give this away. And the winner is Knox NRA Trainer. Knox, you won. No two ways about it. I'm going to say winner. All right. There you go. Knox, do me a favor. I'm going to DM you now. I'm going to have you send me an email. There you go. Random. Knox NRA Trainer is the winner of the Taurus Revolver. Send an email to... Awesome. Awesome. There you go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. That's right, Mo. So do me a favor, guys. We're going to give away, if I have time, I'll give away something else really fast. It's just random. I don't care who wins. I don't have a vested interest in it. Head over to iTunes, leave a review, guys. There's been about 20 or 30 of you in and out of here. There's probably been 100 over the course of the two lives because people come in and out. Head over to iTunes. It means a lot. Leave a 5-star review. And comment on my last post that it's done. Over the next week, I'll probably do another one of these, maybe Wednesday. Takeout, you've won a few times, yeah. He gets a revolver, yep. And I'm going to do more of these. I have a huge amount of support from the companies. We're going to give away optics. We're going to give away guns. We'll give away all kinds of stuff. So do me a favor, guys. Head over and leave a review. If you take 5 minutes and you can ask your friends to leave a review, leave a review. Have them leave a review. And I'll count it towards you guys, whoever comes in here. Leave the IG handle, whatever. I check all of these. I'm going to be checking them tomorrow morning. I'm going to record as many of these as I can. And thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. And I'm going to do the best I can to get as much of this going as I can. And taking questions from you guys directly from the Instagram for a while. Scott, I'll see you. And answering as many questions as I can. We're going to change topics a little bit for the next show. We're probably going to be talking a lot about different things we see around the industry, different products we like, some stuff like that. We'll probably have some guests on just like we did, like Wild Country Tactical today. We've had Ray Cashcare on. We had Suresh Madhaven on from 221B. And we had Amanda Rose on. She's got a lot of exciting things going on in marketing. I'm missing somebody. But if you want to, if you're a friend of mine and you've been on the shows in the past, we'll get you on the live. We'll get you kind of streamed in. Check us out on YouTube, and remember to check out Kenzies, check out Taurus, and the website will be up shortly. We'll promote that, and we'll get that pushed out there. But hopefully everybody's good. I'm going to give everybody a jiu-jitsu update shortly. I got that going on. I graduated from the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu GST Level 1 recently. That was super exciting. Tap hearts in the corner. Thank you, guys. I'll leave this live up. Gonna have Pignato on. You know, Tony's doing his thing at STI, Mo. I know he's up to his neck in trying to figure out that. That brand, you know, he's got a ways to go there. He's doing a bunch of cool stuff. The big show for them, I know, is NRA, and I think he has TriggerCon. So I know he's going to be running around. He's kind of just really getting his fingers in that. So I know he's been slammed. Yeah. So eventually I'm sure he'll be on. And I'm still getting over the SHOT Show flu and SHOT Show AIDS, so I'm fighting through that. Yeah, Frank, good things do come. You've been a winner in the past. You've won a bunch of stuff. So I appreciate it. And Frank's one of the good guys. He's always pushing the brand. So hopefully everybody has a good week. If I can get on here tomorrow, I'll get on tomorrow. If I can get on Wednesday, I'll get on Wednesday. I'll keep pumping these out as long as you guys want them. And I'll stay on as long as I can. So hopefully everybody's good. What's up, Frenny? You just gave away a revolver. Do you want me to give away one more thing? Do you think we can get more people in here? Or what do you want to do? What do you guys want to do? I got Enforce lights. I got all kinds of stuff. Should we give away something else? Should we give away another reflex? Another Vortex reflex? Are there gun shows coming up? There's NRA, Holly. NRA show. Swag. Deandra with the swag. So, Frenny, we talked a lot about kind of the birth of the Freedom Brokers a little bit. That was funny. We were talking about that. You were there. Yeah, shoot the hell out of it. Can't beat a revolver, to be honest with you. I want to see what you guys think. Let me see. See what I have in the bin here. I got a bin of stuff. I have another reflex. Should we give it away now, or do you want to wait? I'll let you guys make the call. Yeah, absolutely, Knox. So check out the podcast on iTunes. Please leave a 5-star review. Please share with everybody. Give it away right meow. All right. Here's what I'll do, guys, to give it away. Seeing as I got bullied. Let's see. Let's see what I can find here. I'm going to pull a picture. Yeah, you can't beat that judge. Make a fun product. Let's see. A picture. We can give away knives. We can give away whatever you guys want. And get these reviews, but I want to see these reviews. It's really important to me to grow that and build that out. We will. We're going to do it again. What's up? What's up, Michigan? What's up? I'm going to put a really cool picture up. I'm trying to find the right picture. Oh, of course. Make sure you thank Taurus, guys. Go over to Taurus. Knox, head over there and make sure you thank them, because they've been phenomenal supporters. Can't thank them enough. Let's see. Almost have. Gotta kind of mentally prepare for this. All right. So here we go. We got the photo right here. I'm about to post it. So get ready. Mo, you wanted to see a pistol from them in 1911. I'm going to post one. Make sure to check out enough. Let's see. Who's ready? It's a picture of me holding one of them. Let's get this done. The excitement is mounting. You're right about that, Frenny. All right, let's push that out there. All right, so the post is up. So same rules. Head over to my last post and do yourself a favor and comment. Comment and tag a buddy. Military Humor, what's going on? And we're going to give away, let me grab the product, because I'm going to get set to give it away right now. I have a Vortex Razor Red Dot. Military Humor, I need your help. I'm trying to grow this podcast. Head over to iTunes and leave a 5-star review and get all your friends to. I'm giving away a Vortex Razor, my second one, given away. So tag a buddy on my last post, Frank, and I'll give it a few minutes to run. I'm going to give it a few minutes to run here. We're at an hour 23, and we're going to get this done. Oh, post it. Post away. Go look at my last post. Comment and tag, comment and tag. Edit. And invite people into this live. Send people into the live, and we're going to give it away. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mo, that's what I would carry. I mean, I know you might want to go smaller or bigger. I don't know. You're a big guy too, but that's what I would carry. So we're gonna give away this, and make sure you thank Vortex for it too. Head over to my last post, comment and tag, comment and tag. What info do we need from you? I sent you a DM, Knox, with my email address. It's not for public consumption. So, in the meantime, while I give people time, tap the paper airplane and invite people into the live. I'm not going to give it away, guys, till we get to at least 20 people in here. I'd like to get about 20 people in the live before we give it away. Even though you guys can find my email pretty easily, it's not hard. But Knox, get it together. I sent you a DM, so we're going to need an FFL, Knox. Taurus is going to need an FFL. It's best if I send one email and we get the FFL. So in the meantime, get your FFL. or I can connect you with the people that can make it happen. So we'll get that done. So I want to give this razor away kind of quick. I put a post up. Head over to the post, comment and tag. Thank Vortex in the post. Mo, there's some truth to that. One other topic that comes up a lot, and we'll touch on. I guess I could get into the jiu-jitsu thing. So I went to the Gracie Academy not long ago, so I should touch on that. And a lot of people are wondering what I thought of that. I did the Gracie Survival Tactics Level 1. I was down for a week in Florida training, and I was training with Ruben BJJ and some of the best other guys out there. So I've had a great time doing the jiu-jitsu for a while. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a wild ride, and I love doing that stuff. So that's been a blast. So I appreciate everyone who's been supportive of that. If you haven't found a jiu-jitsu gym near you, or you haven't had a chance to at least try jiu-jitsu for a few weeks, it's a great sport to get into, guys. Awesome, a lot of fun. I know a lot of people like to get into the striking stuff. I'm getting too damn old to do a lot of that. I do some, but I've really enjoyed the jiu-jitsu stuff. So the Gracie Survival Tactics is a lot of fun. It was a blast to participate in. Awesome. And I had a blast doing it. A lot to learn. If you have the time, kind of at the point I got to, you get to a point where you kind of know a few things. You start to become a little bit of a practitioner. You kind of understand it just enough. It takes about 6 months. So give it some time if you get into it, or you find a gym near you, and it's not cheap. For those of you coming into the live, we're giving away a Razor Red Dot. If you have a minute, please take a moment to follow the rules. I need as many reviews under iTunes as humanly possible. If you don't have iTunes, head over to Podbean. Head over to Podbean and leave reviews and subscribe. Please take a minute to subscribe on Podbean. Southeast Tactical Group, what's going on? So any other questions? I closed the book on SHOT Show on this episode. And if anyone has any other questions, I'll do my best to answer them and do my best to get to them in any way that I can. We do have the Patriots in the Super Bowl. So, hey, what's going on? I appreciate the 5-star reviews. I appreciate it. So I appreciate you guys who are leaving the 5-star reviews. I'm going to look forward to reading those in the morning. It takes Facebook about... it takes iTunes about a day to kind of reboot them and get them up there. But I do appreciate it. I'm showing 13 ratings now. I'm trying to get it to quite a bit. Yeah, Boston representing. Absolutely, Lako. Absolutely. So, always representing. I actually ran into another Boston guy at SHOT Show who has a meme page, and he did a savage meme on SHOT Show. It was fucking awesome. He did a review. You can't leave a review, Wild Country. Go to Podbean, leave a review, or go to YouTube. Leave them everywhere if you can help it. It helps. Just head over to my YouTube and leave a review and subscribe. It helps. So he did a savage review on SHOT Show. It was Rad's something. It was Rad's Firearms or whatever it was. But it was fucking awesome. He killed it. He nailed it. He absolutely nailed it. So let's see what we're at for comments and tags and things like that. Only 2, 3, 4, 5. It's loading now. Let's see. It's a little behind. So 2, 3. Let's take a look. It takes a minute. We're at 71 comments. We'll see if we can get it up to 100. And go from there. Let's see. It takes a minute to load, guys, on my end. When we do it this way, everything gets a little jerky. I lived in Boston for 4 years, loved it there. Rob, it's awesome city. Awesome city. The only city close to it's Chicago. If I was to draw a comparison or point anyone into what it's like that maybe hasn't been. But it's an awesome city. A lot of people go over the border. I lived in New Hampshire for a bit. New Hampshire was the kind of the place to be. Yeah. So I appreciate it from everybody. Military Humor, if you're still in here, thank you. Any way you can help me get the word out, appreciate it. I'm trying to grow this thing. Military Humor is a friend of mine. Awesome page. If you haven't checked it out, check those guys out. I grew up in Maine. Rob, I think I remember you telling me that. Maine is awesome. Maine is awesome. Awesome place. You can pretty much do anything you want. People who are born and raised in Maine get a little weird, but yeah. Dallas is wild. If you're ever down this way. I'm in Dallas all the time, James Rich. All the time. All the time. DFW area, a lot of friends there. I've done a lot of training in Dallas. If you've watched any of the past stuff, training with Branch down at Metroflex in Arlington quite a bit. Destination Dallas, one of my sponsors, Gasp, is down there. So, yes, it does suck, Knox. Lost connection. Knox ended up winning the revolver. We randomly selected a winner, so let's see how we're doing here. We're up to 78 comments. Try not to leave too many multiples, but tag a buddy. You know, you guys get crazy, so I guess there's no stopping you, right? There's no sense in regulating. I'm trying to refresh it. Actually, Donald Trump Jr. just posted Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, go Pats for sure. Interesting Super Bowl spread, by the way. Awesome. Thank you, Military Humor. If you can shout it out in your story, that would be greatly appreciated, to go check it out and leave a review. Military Humor, I can't thank you enough. It means a lot to have you in here and to have you promote it. Without guys like you running the big pages there, I would be lost. If I see it in your story, I'll make sure I shout you out as much as I can on this. So I appreciate it, of course. Military Humor, if you haven't checked them out, go check them out. Like I said, go give them a follow. They have a monster page. It's a lot of fun. So I appreciate it. And I'll be doing this, as I said, for those of you coming and going. The spread was actually, it started out as the Rams were favored, and it's moved to the Patriots being favored on the line. So it's like 1.5 points, but, I mean, you can't, New Englanders are going to bet their ass off. LA guys don't typically gamble, so you're not going to see a lot of the LA guys gambling. So, you know, you'll get what you'll get, a moving spread. So I appreciate it. Everybody who roots for New England, because obviously I'm a huge New England fan. So I'm looking forward to seeing these reviews in the morning. Yes, they do. If you haven't checked out Military Humor. Let's give away this Vortex Razor Red Dot. I want to get 20 people in this live. Invite people in. Invite folks in, and we're going to give it away. I want to do this now and get to my dinner. So, how many passing yards will Brady get? I think a good over-under on that is about 300. I think 300, 350 yards is a good over-under. It's going to be an offensive game. There's no doubt about it. I think the Patriots always hang 30 on people. I think 85 for real. That's awesome. I think anytime the Patriots and Tom Brady and yeah, I think we'll do a Super Bowl podcast. I don't see a reason why not. Get Rosso on, yeah. I actually spent some time with Dom down at SHOT Show. I got a chance to talk to him. I thought it was really interesting that he's posting and talking a lot about his family now, something he hadn't done in the past. I talked to Dom a little bit about that. He's a busy guy. You know, I'm busy at SHOT, but we usually chat. Dom and I chat, you know, a few times a year. You know, we get a chance to have, you know, and if you know anything about Dom, it's usually an hour-long plus conversation where we'll catch up and we'll spend some time on the phone. You know, Dom's a fantastic guy. He's got a lot going on with his businesses right now. I know that. Prediction for a score? I'm going to go with something between over-under 35 33 points, 35 points on the Patriots. And I'm going to say that the Rams will be something like 30. It's going to be a 2 or 3 point score. It's going to be a field goal. A field goal to 6 points difference, in my opinion. I think both teams score 30, but I think Brady wins. I'll make a prediction, 35-27 Patriots. 35-27. I think Jared Goff, I think the Rams are very good, but I think that stage is going to be a little too big. The lights will be a little too bright, and I think Brady that team is at the right maturation. Good call, Jared. 31-24, I can live with that. I think Brady's at that right maturity right now, and I think he's at that right place in his mind. And I think they are absolutely, I know this is going to sound corny as fuck, but I think that they're a team of destiny. And I think that team is at the right place. They know their place in history. They know their place in life. And I think that they're going to make a lot of noise, make a lot of waves. And I think they're gonna crush it. We're giving away a Razor Red Dot. I'm gonna give this away. And yeah, would have won last year if Cooks doesn't get KO'd. Yeah, there's some truth to that, Knox. I think anytime you lose a key player, it's tough. But I mean, you can't argue with what's up, Due? I think you can't argue with. We're going to get to that. With the Pats and what they've done the last 5 years. This might be the most impressive run of the dynasty the last 5 years. No doubt. No doubt. So, someone doing 80% P320. You don't need to do 320C. I mean, you're talking about, okay. I know what you're talking about. There's been a lot of talk of that lately. 80%ers in different frames. You don't have to do an 80%er for SIG because the trigger is the gun. I felt like some companies that that are doing okay, so like a good example, some companies are doing 80%ers or doing frames and the trigger is the gun. I feel like there's a lot of companies out there missing the mark that aren't making the trigger the gun right now. I'm not going to name names of the companies. I'm trying to be delicate because I support everybody, and if they see a market or they see a hole, maybe they see something I don't see. But there's a lot of companies coming out with these interchangeable pistols, and I feel like they're missing the mark. They're missing a whole secondary market right now by not doing an 80%er, or not leaving themselves the ability to do an 80% frame that doesn't have to be serialized at all, or even at all. That could be customized. I feel like there's a hole there, and I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm not going to name the name of the company, but I think I would like to see that whole market explode. I think it could be huge. And that's not because of my affiliation with Ghost Gunner or anything like that, but I think there's a huge hole in the market to make 80% or even 100% frames. And I think what it's going to impinge upon is the stipple market and everything else. But I think there's a lot of room for that. But closing the door on the Pats, and we could do a Super Bowl podcast for sure if that's what you guys want, or predictions and everything else, and talk about the Pats all day. I think they're playing the right kind of football right now. And regardless of what happens, I tell everybody this. My goal is to make the Super Bowl every year. Tom Brady said it best, and Belichick said it best. As long as we keep winning, I'll keep going. And a lot of people talk about his Super Bowl record. I think when you just get to that game, it's just about getting to that game, you know? Yeah, head over to YouTube and leave comments there instead. Maybe we'll pick the winner from YouTube, because we can see there. I'll pick the winner from a random spot. Or head over to Facebook. I'm going to pick it from a random spot. So head over to all of them, YouTube and Facebook, and I'm going to pick a winner for this Razor in a minute once I finish my thoughts. Jared asked, what are my thoughts on the Glock 48? So, excellent question. I got hands on one. So I think Glock is filling in a lot of its holes. This is probably something they should have done 5 years ago. I think they took a look at the Glock 19, some of the different Glock platforms, and they saw what people liked. The slimline profile, the approach. I think, I'm in my charger. I think Glock's filling in a lot of holes, and I think they're doing a good job of doing it. I think they still could do more with that pistol line. Like, it's kind of one of those things that people thought it was dead and there wasn't room to grow. I didn't get a lot of Glock questions about shot, which was interesting. Usually I get a ton of them. But I think that they're really rounding out that pistol line, and I'm excited to see it. It's exciting to see. So my thoughts on it, if you're looking for a slimline 19 profile type gun, I think that it's a step in the right direction. Again, something that they probably should have did 5 years ago. Something they probably should have been doing for a long time. But excited to see it. Excited to see it. So, to everybody that kind of is like, oh, Glock's just coming out with another thing, I don't think it's another thing. I think that it's... I think it's a good thing. I definitely think it's a good thing. Give me 1 second here. Sorry about that. So, I say to Glock, keep doing it. You know, Glock's a lot like Nike. You keep coming out with Nikes, people are going to keep buying them. They're going to keep buying them. So let people keep buying them. You know, if you get a chance, read the Glock book. It'll give you a lot of insight. I think he's trying to say I have not shot one, but it's a good weight and good feel. I've shot one yet. He's saying you haven't or have, Jared? What they did was they basically took a chopped down model of the Glock, gave it kind of a 19 profile, and slimmed it out. If you get your hands on one, it feels a lot like a half of a 19, cut long ways. It's a good idea. There's a lot of people, what Glock does, in case you get, this is a great question, and these are the questions I want to get. What Glock does, what's up, Budapest? The Zero Delta 1 Mo, I feel the Zero Delta 1, I have thoughts on that. I like the company, I like the brand, but I just don't see a lot of guys spending $1,000 in that space. I mean, for that price, you can go buy an STI. Are you going to bet your life on a modular pistol that cuts down to like a 26 size and then goes up to a 17? And then I feel like there's some marketing miss there. And I'll get to the VP9. I feel like there's a marketing miss there. And guys, take a minute. I'm going to give away a razor. Head over to YouTube, head over to iTunes, and leave reviews. I mean, I don't see people betting their life on a roll pin. And you're a competitor. Are you going to compete with money on the line and sponsors on the line with roll pins? It's just my 2 cents. I feel like that's going to miss the mark. Coming back to the Glock, though, I really like what Glock's doing by filling in those holes. I feel like they should have done it 5 years ago. And I compare Glock to Nike. You keep coming out with Jordans, people are going to keep buying them. They're going to buy them. There's no two ways about it. As far as the Zero Delta pistol goes, I like that ingenuity, but I feel like at that price point, I'll just go buy an STI. I feel like I put hands on one. I just don't see. They're like, well, you can carry it as a concealed carry, and then you can carry it as a competitor pistol. I mean, I think that's how they're marketing it, right, Mo? I know, Clint has a hand in that over there. I think Clint Walker's over there, and he does a great job. I think Clint will figure it out and how to market that, but I feel like that should be, $500 to get in and then sell the accessories as add-ons. But I feel like that's a bridge too far. That's my 2 cents. I'm not knocking it. I'd have to try it and have to have somebody really position it to me. I haven't got hands on it, Mo. But that's a great question. I mean, you guys tell me. I mean, are you gonna go buy that thing for $1,000 all in? Because if I'm spending $1,000, why wouldn't I just spend another $800 and get into an STI or get into something that I can run? Or why wouldn't I just buy 2 Glocks at that point? I mean, I can buy a 34 and then I can buy a 26 or a 19. You know? Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me. At $1,000 all in, why wouldn't I just do that? OZ9, I got a little bit of opinion on the OZ9, not much of an opinion. I'm answering these people on Facebook. Yeah, Mo says, I'm going STI, a really nice modded out 34. I mean, at that point, why wouldn't you? You know, I mean, pricing is everything, you guys. Pricing is everything. Or 2 Canic plus optics. Yeah, I mean, you can go 2 Canics. I mean, the Canic pistol's really nice. It's got a lot of design cues from the ST Salient. Salient had a big hand in a lot of those mods. Awesome semi-auto kid. Yeah, thank you. Please go leave a review. I'm looking for 5-star reviews on iTunes, and I'm definitely looking for a lot of love and support on YouTube and everywhere else, so please, I appreciate it. I can't find you on Facebook. It's just my name, Buff1. If you're not following me on Facebook, I'm going to fix that. That's through Restream. I'm going to fix the Restream. I'll do that so it's on my public page. Try the Canic. Try the Canic. Try the Canic. I got hands on one. It was excellent. For the money. It was excellent. But, yeah, I mean, to answer the OZ9 question, you know, Zev does a fantastic job all the time. And I think you'll find a lot of similarities between the Zev and between the Zero Delta product, the Genesis, I believe. I'll let you guys kind of figure it out from there. But I just don't, I think that might be a bridge too far for me. You know, might be a bridge too far for me. So we're going to give away this razor. Let me pick a random winner so I can get all this stuff out in the mail. I'm going to try to get it out tomorrow. It's my goal, barring a snowstorm or anything else. But I don't know. What do you guys think? And get you guys' thoughts. I just go buy 2 Glocks at that point. Because you're going to be shooting the thing wishing you were holding a Glock. At that point. I know Clint will figure it out, but it's going to be just figuring it out in the marketing of that. Let's see. Let's give this away. Favorite inside the waistband holster? Right now I'm really vibing on Veil Solutions and Squared Away Customs. They're 2 I've always run. So, I really love Crossbreed and Stealth Gear. Just 2 products I love. Can someone have too many Glock 717? I mean, I think for all the mods and everything that people are looking to put into some of these things, that's why I think this is a bridge too far. I mean, at that point you can buy, at that price point, you can buy 2.5 Glocks, especially if you have a blue line discount. So at that point, why not, you know, to me, some of these modded out handguns and some of the trickery and everything else. Yeah, Woomer makes fantastic stuff at Veil Solutions. Ray Cashcare in the house, everyone. If you haven't followed Ray, go give Ray a follow. He popped on here the other day while I was recording an episode and had some great insight into shot. But go give Ray Cashcare a follow. Ever play any rugby? No, I played football. High school and college. So no. I'm not saying Gucci a Glock, Mark, but I mean, I think at that price point, you can put a fucking trigger into the Glock. and the Glock will run great. I mean, that's being marketed towards the and Mo, you're a pro competitor. You tell me if I'm wrong. You're marketing that gun towards a guy starting out because the appeal of that gun is you can compete in open and you can compete in certain divisions. Rad's Arms in here, I'm sure he'll have an opinion on the Zero Delta pistol. But to me at that price, just go buy 2 Glocks. Go buy 2 Glocks, and at that point, mod them out. I'm not knocking the innovation, and I'm not knocking the attempt. I think the proof is in the marketing and in the pudding. There's only one buff one, but you're here, so at least you're somewhere. In YouTube, there's only one. You can't miss me. I'm in better shape on YouTube and and on Facebook. Trigger and sights on a Glock 17, you're good to go for any application under 7. Yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at. Rad says gimmick. And I tend to agree with Rads, and I'm not trolling, and I don't think he is. I'm talking truth. Are we giving away pudding? I'm hungry. I'm starving, Rob. No, I'm going to give away a Razor Red Dot. I'm going to give a Razor Red Dot. It's going to kick me off, guys. It's going to kick me off in a minute and a half. When I come back on, I'll give it away. So the 22 people in and out of here, I'm going to come back on, and we'll give away the Razor. We'll do that. Stuck on Master Race. Yeah, I mean, Levesque, I think that whole, whether it's Zero Delta or Zev or anybody, I think a lot of those, those interchangeable pistols and those gimmick pistols, I just think it's a bridge too far. The attempt is there, and I see what they're trying to do, but I think it's a bridge too far. Yeah, so if you want, switch over to YouTube, but I'm going to boot this back up. I'm going to boot this back up and wait to give away a Razor Red Dot. We'll do that quickly. And I'm going to sign off. I'm going to eat some dinner. So, yeah, I mean, I'd love to get you guys' thoughts because I have my own, but, I mean, at that much money, can't get your iTunes, but sub to the YouTube channel. I'll get an iPhone tomorrow and should, yeah, I mean, should definitely grab an iPhone semi-auto. Or head over to Podbean. I'm on Podbean. I'm going to shut this down. I'm going to boot it back up. And I'm going to give away the Razor Red Dot. Take 5, guys. And just like old times, I'm going to come back on. And we're going to get to that VP9 question. And we're going to go from there. Now we're going to do this. For you guys that came over to YouTube, I appreciate you switching over. And on Facebook, I'm going to wrap this up on the giveaway. For the Instagram guys, we're at 152, so I'm going to get that dialed in. So let's do this really fast. Let's see where we're at. Let everybody come into the live. Let some people come in, and we'll give this away. We'll get this done. We a lot of good topics tonight, guys. Really killing it. Awesome stuff, guys. Awesome questions. Everybody that's coming back in. Awesome questions tonight. I want to recap really quick, and we're going to give away this Razor Red Dot. I appreciate everybody heading over to iTunes. I think when I signed off just then, there was 150 people through the live. So 150, 100, and I didn't leave that one up, but I'm going to leave this one up just to recap, just to prove we gave it away. What happened to Taurus last night? Oh, we gave it away. We gave it away to Knox. Knox won. I gave it away this morning. I was waiting to try to make sure they got enough air cover, Union. If I don't feel like they got enough air cover as a company, I'll kind of string it out a little bit longer, but not too much longer, usually about 24 hours. And I'll give it away, but I waited till this morning, so I appreciate it. I made it, but buying for $1,000 like investing money to build up a V6 Mustang. Yeah, Knox, I mean, it's all in the marketing and it's all in the pricing. And I know Paul was in here from Fortis, and I saw some other people passing through that understand this just as much as me. pricing is everything, and I was involved in some of the Draco's pricing and some of the pricing with different brands that I've worked with in the past. And pricing and positioning of the product and how you structure the product is really, really important. So you have to make sure, and I know Rads was in here. I think he'll understand what I'm saying because he works, I believe, in a gun shop. If I'm not saying too much, Rads, he's involved in the industry. He understands it. The pricing and positioning and the marketing is everything, and I think that that's just a bridge too far for me. At that point, if you're pricing a handgun that's an interchangeable handgun in your marketing, I think there's some brand confusion. Is it being marketed towards someone starting out in shooting? Is it being marketed? I don't know. Mo could answer this better than me, and I don't like to what's the term? Cross the streams. No, Levesque, I'm not dipping. I'm having one of those caffeine. I've been trying those caffeine pouches. I tried a few of them. I tried the what are they called? The ones that are jerky. I tried those. I've tried them all. So yeah, you can get a Glock 19 for $400 and you can get another one for the 35. I see it as a gimmick. So, yeah, just a gimmick. I'm still off the dip train. I'm doing other things to keep it alive. So, yeah, I mean, that's my thoughts on those pistols. So I want to kind of close the book on that. I appreciate everybody leaving reviews on iTunes. I want to appreciate everyone leaving a comment on my last post. Everybody. So that's my take on those high-end boutique pistols. Mo could answer it 10 times better than me because I believe that gun is being marketed towards the competitor just getting into competing. Where that'll have a place, and I'll get Mo's thoughts. Oh, Polymer is a whole different animal. They're great, fun to play with. It gives you the illusion that you can have one pistol that can be used for any purpose. I think I haven't had hands on them. Yeah, Mo, I'd love to get your thoughts and maybe have you go live with me to get your thoughts on it, but I absolutely agree with you. I think it's marketed towards the shooter that's just getting started and wants to have that multiple platforms and have the ability to kind of cross over into multiple platforms like that. It's not a bad thing. But you can get a used 34 or a brand new 34 and get a used 17 and pop a trigger in both of them and you're competing. So, I think there's a little confusion, but I think people will play with it. I mean, people that like to play around, but why not just get a Poly 80 and cut it up and then you have your own thing? I don't know. I think that they took too long to develop it, and I think other technology's risen up, and, I don't know. Time will tell. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong because I root for every company out there, and I'm always a fan of Clint's and his marketing and what he does, and, I think he'll figure it out. I think ultimately they'll have to figure it out, right? I mean, that's the name of the game. But yeah, I wish them well. Glock is, I think, one of the best pistols for starters and for so many options. Yeah, I mean, look, you could just do so much with them, Banya. You could just do so much with them. What's up, Arbel? And Mo, I don't think I'm putting words in your mouth. I think that's what you're getting at. And I think for the price point, I'm not betting my competitive career or my life on a roll pin. I'm just not. That's me. But everybody's different. So, hats off. Let's give away this razor. Let's give away this razor and everyone can go have dinner and wrap up their night. Let's see. Let me go on YouTube. Let me see some comments on Facebook. And let's pick a winner. Let's see. Let me just refresh. The consumer is better off having two Glocks, one for personal defense and one for long comes in. You're correct now. I have the frame, multiple uppers, a better price point. Yeah, I mean, I think that there's just more to do there. There's just more there. So, Mo, you're not going to win the Razor Red Dot. You're in the industry. You're jaded. I can't let you win. So, if I pick you, let's see. Let's pick a random here from one of the comment trays. I'm not going to tell you where I selected. Let's see. Joe Groff. A lot of comments. Joe Groff. Joe Groff, if you're in here, you win. I'll send you a DM. Send me your full mailing address. Send in the DM now. Thank you for participating. You won a Vortex razor. I'm going to mail that out. I'm writing your name on it. The mail goes out tomorrow, Joe. Please do me a favor and make sure that you get me your info. If you don't get it to me by tomorrow, it's not going to go out until next week because I'm busy. But I put that there, so get me that info. So, Joe, if you're in here, he left a bunch of comments. I just randomly picked them. He left comments on Facebook and YouTube. I don't know him. I've never seen him before in my life. So, Joe Groff, if you're out there, guys, do me a favor because I'm going to wrap on this. Joe, congratulations. Seriously, you left a bunch of comments. You actually kind of bitched a second ago about being new in here, so I'm happy for you. Do me a favor, guys. Thank Vortex. Head over to Vortex really quick and give them a thank you. Tag me. Thank them. Thank them for supporting. Thank Kenzies Optics. Kenzies Optics. Take a minute to thank Kenzies Optics for participating. If you guys like this and you like the medium and you like what I'm doing, I'm going to keep doing these. I'm not always going to do giveaways, but there'll be some giveaways in the beginning because I'm trying to build up the iTunes. So if you take a minute, head over to Podbean or iTunes. Podbean, if you don't have an iPhone, and download the podcast, The John Bartolo Show. And hopefully you guys gain some insight. Any questions you have, like about pistols, anything, we do our best to get the word out. So please, Kenzies. I hope everyone has a good night. I'm going to have some dinner. Excuse me. Thank you guys for the comments. Thank you guys for everything. Please take a moment to thank all those companies, Taurus, Kenzies, Vortex. Can't thank them enough. Hopefully I answered all your questions. If I didn't, we'll get them on the next one. Hopefully I'll be able to go live tomorrow or Wednesday. This was 2 hours, guys, so I'm a little zapped. Joe, check your DMs. Send me your full mailing address, and I'll get this out. To the winner of the Taurus Knox, get your FFL together, and we'll get that email, and we'll get it going. So I appreciate everybody. I hope everyone had a good night. I can't thank everybody enough. Hopefully, again, I answered all the questions. If I did not, bring them to the next show, and we'll get this rolling. We're going to try to record as many as we can in the beginning, so I appreciate everybody. Thank you.